Calvary kids, we're so glad you could join us today. Who's ready for some worship? Let's get up and dance and have some fun.
Just don't know the way that I should go. I follow Jesus, I follow Jesus. He's always helping me, he's strong when I am weak. I follow Jesus, I follow him. I'm gonna walk like Jesus, and I wanna go wherever he goes. I wanna talk like Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna follow wherever he goes. Wherever he goes, I will follow. Wherever he goes, I will follow. Wherever he goes, I will follow. Yeah, I'm gonna follow. When I'm feeling blue, don't know what I should do. I listen to Jesus, I listen to Jesus. He's always helping me, he's strong when I am weak. I listen to Jesus, I listen to him. I'm gonna walk like Jesus, and I wanna go wherever he goes. I wanna talk like Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna follow wherever he goes. Wherever he goes, I will follow. Wherever he goes, I will follow. Wherever he goes, I will follow. Yeah, I'm gonna follow. On Sunday and Monday, I can be like Jesus. On Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm gonna be like him. On Thursday and Friday, I can be like Jesus. On Saturday, every day, I'm gonna be like him. I'm gonna walk like Jesus. I'm gonna walk like I wanna go wherever he goes. Where he goes. I wanna talk like Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna follow wherever he goes. Wherever he goes, I will follow. Wherever he goes, I will follow. Wherever he goes. Wherever he goes.
You know what time it is?
It's time to hear a story full of wonder. There's so much fun we'll have learning together. So let's go down to the clubhouse with Ollie and his friends. Let's go down to the clubhouse where wonder never ends. At the Wonder Clubhouse. Meet with you. At the Wonder Clubhouse. Meet with you.
Oh, hi friends, I'm Hayden. My dad and I were at a yard sale and found this super cool trunk, but it's locked and there's no key. We bought the trunk without even knowing what was inside. My dad found this key that might work. Should we see if it works? Okay, well, I'll say 1, 2, 3, open please. Ready? 1, 2, 3, open please. worked! Now we have to open the lid. Everyone do a drum roll on your legs like this. Here we go. Wow! Take a look! Shoes! There are all kinds of shoes! There are cowboy boots! Giddy up! Ooh, tap shoes! There are even shoes to wear before bed! I wonder what other kind of shoes are in here.
Who?
It's Ollie!
Hello, Hayden. Who? Finding some new shoes, are you?
Oh, hi, Ollie. I think there are enough different shoes in this trunk for everyone.
Everyone? That may be true. I know something else about everyone, too. Listen to this story. Just follow me through.
Follow me through, follow me through, who? Ollie's got a Bible story for me and you.
Oh, hi, friends. I'm Justin the mailman. I got back a little late from my fishing trip, so I didn't have time to change my shoes before I had to deliver the mail. These are my super big fishing boots. Aren't they awesome? They keep my feet dry if I need to step in the water. Have you ever been fishing? It's really fun. And actually, I have a true story about Jesus and some fishermen. Do you want to hear it? Okay, great. Let me just put the story mail in the mailbox. Today's true story from the Bible begins with two fishermen named Peter and Andrew. They used a big net when they went fishing. Let's pretend we're fishermen and throw out a net. Ready, set, throw! Once the net's in the water, you wait for the fish. Look, we've got fish. Oh, and more fish, and more fish. It's time to pull up our net. Let's pretend to pull up our net. Ready, set, pull! 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 One more time. Pull! We did it. We went fishing, just like the fishermen did. So Peter and Andrew were fishermen, and they fished every day. Well, one day, Jesus came walking by. They knew who Jesus was. They knew he was special and was an amazing teacher. Jesus looked at them and said, "Come follow me." Wow! Jesus, God's Son, wanted to be friends with the fishermen. He wanted them to follow him. Andrew and Peter were so excited that they left their nets and followed Jesus right away. Then, Jesus saw two more fishermen named James and John in a boat fishing with their dad. Jesus said to them, "Come, follow me." Jesus wanted to be friends with them too. They were so happy. They got out of their boat and followed Jesus. These four fishermen, Peter, Andrew, James, and John, followed Jesus and became some of his really good friends called disciples. Do you know what the best part is? Jesus wants to be friends with you too. Jesus wants to be friends with everyone. We can all follow him. That's amazing. Hey, Ollie, tell me, who can be friends with Jesus?
Everyone can be friends with Jesus. Yes, it's true. Now, let's hear it from you. Tell me, who can be friends with Jesus?
Everyone can be friends with Jesus. That's the truth, friends. You better believe it. I'll see you next time.
So there's your story, and it's all true. Jesus wants everyone to follow him, including me and you.
Thanks, Ollie.
Goodbye to you. Hoo, hoo.
Wow, Jesus told lots of people to follow him. He wants to be friends with everyone always. I think I got the story. Did you get it? If you did, say got it. Get it? Got it! Good! I wonder what other kind of shoes I can find. These are fun. Bye, see you next time.
Come and follow me, Jesus said. Matthew 4:19. Come and follow me, Jesus said. Matthew 4:19.
Hey Calvary kids, welcome to another edition of our game show, and today everyone gets to play. If your family is interested in playing one of our games, feel free to email me at the email address listed here and we'll get you signed up for a future week.
Welcome to Bible Trivia. This time we'll be asking who am I questions about the New Testament. The first question for 100 points. They were friends with Paul. Is it A, Abraham and Sarah, B, Isaac and Rebekah, C, Priscilla and Aquila, or D, Joseph and Mary? The answer is C, Priscilla and Aquila were friends with Paul. The next question for 200 points. He was raised from the dead. Is it A, Peter, B, Lazarus, C, James, or D, John? The answer is B, Lazarus was raised from the dead. The next question for lots and lots of points. This person betrayed Jesus for money. Was it A, Judas, B, Thomas, C, Bartholomew, or D, Thaddeus? The answer is A, Judas betrayed Jesus for money. The next question for a half of a point. He baptized an Ethiopian believer. Was it A, Abel, B, Barnabas, C, Benjamin, or D, Philip? The answer is D, Philip baptized an Ethiopian believer. The next question for 500 points. He was a high priest. Is it A, Jesus, B, Caiaphas, C, Luke, or D, Samuel? The answer is B, Caiaphas was a high priest. The next question for a supercalifragilistic number of points. He was one of the 12 disciples. Was it A, Peter, B, Levi, C, Ryan, or D, Gabriel? The answer is A, Peter was one of the 12 disciples. The next question for 1,000 points. She was the mother of Jesus. Was it A, Martha, B, Esther, C, Mary, or D, Joanna? The answer is C. Mary was the mother of Jesus. The next question for 12 points. This person was a tax collector who was rich and also short. Is it A, Zacchaeus, B, Matthew, C, Luke, or D, Levi? The answer is A. Zacchaeus was a tax collector who was rich and short. The next question for 800 points. This person walked on water. Was it A, Andrew, B, Jesus, C, Thomas, or D, James? The answer is B. Jesus walked on water. The last question for double your current points. This person baptized people in the Jordan River. Was it A, John the Baptist, B, James the Baptist, C, Peter the Baptist, or D, Andrew the Baptist? The answer is A. John the Baptist baptized people in the Jordan River. Thanks for playing Bible Trivia. We hope you'll play again soon.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Ever start something small and then discover it was fun to take it big? You read an awesome story and then you bring the whole thing to life for your friends and family. You bake a batch of chocolate chip cookies and they taste so good you recruit friends to put on a whole bake sale. And then you use the money you earn to buy bikes for kids who've never had one. You have fun learning a new way to paint. Then you get together with your friends and paint a whole wall. You send a note to encourage someone. I hope you have a great day. And you also work with your friends to throw an entire surprise party. God created you to do amazing things on your own. But He designed you to do even more when you work together to share His love. And then others can see God at work in all of you. That's why cooperation is a fantastic way to worship God with your life. Because worship is about more than just singing loud. It's all about living loud.
Anytime we need you, God, you're always there for us. Whatever we go through, God, you are the one we trust. We're working together just to share your love. If we're ever feeling lonely, God, you're always with us. If we ever feel afraid, God, you protect us. That's right. We're working together just to share your love. That's all we wanna do. Together is better when we tell the world all we need is you. We're gonna sing it out. God, you're all we're living for. We lift our voice with praise. We're gonna clap our hands. God, you're everything and more. We shout it out today. We wanna love like you. We wanna love like you. In everything we do, we wanna love like you. The world is better when we're working together to share God's perfect love. The world is better when we're working together to share God's perfect love. The world is better when we're working together to share God's perfect love. The world is better when we're working together to share God's perfect love. We're gonna sing it out. God, you're all we're living for. We lift our voice with praise. We're gonna clap our hands. God, you're everything and more. We shout it out today. We wanna love like you. We wanna love like you. In everything we do, we wanna love like you. We wanna love like you.
Hey everybody, my name is Haley, and as you can see, I love music. And I mean all kinds of music. Rock music, country music, hip hop. I love it all. But my favorite kind of music is the kind that involves cooperation. Cooperation is working together to do more than you can do alone. Take an orchestra, for example. It takes all kinds of cooperation for an orchestra to come together. They've got strings, woodwinds, brass, and of course, percussion. By themselves, those instruments sound just fine. But when they all play together, they really make some noise. And music isn't the only place where cooperation makes a difference. Cooperation shows up in sports, at school, at home, and, as we'll see in today's story, in tent building. Really, really, really big tent building. You'll see what I mean. See you soon.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Exodus.
Though the Israelites had been slaves in Egypt for hundreds of years, God had led them to freedom in the desert, and now they had to build new lives and a new place where God could live among them. So God called out to their leader, Moses.
Come up to me on the mountain.
A thick cloud covered the mountain as God spoke with Moses.
Tell the Israelites, you have seen for yourselves how I carried you on the wings of eagles and brought you to myself. Now obey me completely. If you do, then out of all the nations, you will be my special treasure.
God gave Moses many rules and laws that would help keep the people safe, but God gave the most detailed instructions for something very special.
Have them make a sacred tent for me. I will live among them. Make the holy tent and everything that belongs to it exactly like the pattern I will show you.
Okay, ready, taking notes.
Make 10 curtains out of finely twisted linen with blue, purple, and bright red yarn. Sew cherubim into the pattern. The curtains must be 42 feet long and 6 feet wide. Make loops out of blue strips.
Moses' head must have spun as God gave him very complicated blueprints for a beautiful tent, for all the things that would go inside the tent, and for the elaborate robes the priests would wear.
Curtains, lampstands, bowls, altars, incense, robes. God, I don't even know where to start.
God knew Moses couldn't take on this huge job alone. In fact, God already had it covered.
Phew.
After Moses had heard all of God's instructions, he came down the mountain and told his assistant Joshua,
"Gather all the people. On it. God is going to make a home right here among us. We'll build an epic, amazing, ginormous tent for God. Who wants to volunteer?"
Maybe you should be a little more specific.
Good point. One thing at a time. Aaron?
Moses pointed out his brother, standing near the front.
Right here! God has chosen you and your sons to serve as priests in the sacred tent.
Oh, we're honored, but, we need the tent first.
Exactly. We'll need a skilled craftsman to head up the whole project.
Moses looked out over the crowd.
Bezalel, son of Uri.
The name spread through the vast crowd, and in moments, a young man with bright eyes and strong hands leapt off a rock and came forward.
Bezalel, son of Uri, tribe of Judah, at your service.
God has chosen you to lead everyone crafting the holy tent.
Wow. Okay. Gonna need half a second here.
Don't worry. God's filled you with His Spirit, with wisdom, understanding, knowledge, all kinds of skill.
You're talking about me?
Can you make beautiful patterns in gold, silver, and bronze?
Well, yes.
Can you cut and set stones?
Yep.
Work with wood?
Absolutely.
Craft as if Pinterest were already a thing?
Theoretically, yes.
God will give you all the help you need, starting with, Oholiab?
Another man stepped up, smile lines crinkling his face.
Hey, man, that's me.
Yeah, God also had chosen you and given you special skill in all kinds of crafts.
Oh, totally rad.
And to top it off, God has given both of you the ability to teach others everything you know.
All right, we're so on it.
We'll train up an entire team.
There was just one catch.
We need to lay in supplies.
Yeah, anyone seen a House Depot?
How about tents to go?
God will take care of it. We need everyone to help. Please bring an offering for the Lord from what you have.
Quickly, people came forward to give to the work of the holy tent.
Take these gold earrings and this necklace.
I can haul in loads of acacia wood on my donkey.
I've been saving this purple yarn.
I picked the olives for this olive oil.
In fact, the people had brought so much, the workers couldn't use it all.
Stop! Please, we have more than enough.
So under the guidance of Bezalel and Oholiab, a team of men and women stepped up to create the tent. They carved tables and altars and curtain bases. They crafted golden lampstands and bronze bowls. They spun and wove yards and yards of bright-colored linen curtains. They sewed special robes for the priests and compounded beautiful incense to burn on the altar. At last, the tent of meeting was complete. Moses and all the people gathered together once more.
You have done the work just as God commanded. May God bless you all.
When everything was finally in place and the priests were ready, a cloud covered the tent, and it filled with the glory of God that everyone could see.
When the Israelites were wandering in the desert, God asked them to build a big tent. A tent we now call the tabernacle, where people could worship God and where God could live. Oops. You heard that right. God wanted to live with the Israelites in the desert inside of a big traveling tent. And God wanted the people to work together to make it. So they needed people with all kinds of different gifts. Designers, people who could sew, people who could work with stone and fine metals. Plus, they needed teachers who could train people how to do all of those things. God knew that if they all worked together, they could make something incredible. God has always been big on cooperation. Think of Jesus. He could do so much on his own. He could work miracles, and yet he chose to work together with a unique group of 12 disciples as he traveled and he taught. God wanted them to work together. And guess what? God wants us to work together too. You see, we are all unique. We all have things we're good at. We could be good at sports, or good at math, or good at coming up with stories. We could be hard workers, or good at solving problems. And by ourselves, we could do just fine. But when we work together, when we use our gifts with the gifts of other people, then we can really make some noise. So here's the one thing to remember today. God wants us to work together. Working together helps us get things done faster. It helps us get things done better. Plus, it helps us to grow the relationships with the people all around us. And that is a good thing. Thought we could use a big finish. I'll see you next time!
Sit, Zoe, sit. Good dog.